One of the most valuable things that you can learn in building your business is to keep your energy level up when things aren't going how you want to. Listen, if you're living on planet Earth, about 60% of the time or more, things are not going to go your way. They're not going to go optimally how you want. And if we're waiting for our situation to finally become good for us, we're going to let our life pass us by and opportunities pass us by. And I see this happen a lot with people that I'm coaching is that when things aren't going how they want, they get derailed. They don't have any forward momentum. It's very easy to do all the things in your business and to have good spirits about building your business when everything is going how you want them to and how you would desire them to. But many times we have to intentionally learn to cultivate inside of us when things aren't going how we want them. When things are going the exact opposite of how we would ever want them, by the way. That's life. You ever lived on planet Earth for any number of years, you know that. Things don't go how you would want them to go 100% of the time, or even 90 or 80% of the time. They go against how you usually want them more often than not. And so you have to be intentional about what's inside of you, your spirit, keeping it up, keeping your focus on where you're headed and not letting what's happening around you, not letting your situation, your circumstances dictate your happiness, your drive, your motivation, your vision, and your vision being so focused on what's not working out. Many times that's where our brain will automatically go. It'll naturally go to what's not going our way, quote unquote, not going how we would want it to go. And we have to make it a choice to focus on what we can do with the situation that we have. When things are not going our way, quote unquote, when things are not going how we would want them to, keeping our focus on where we're headed, keeping our activities on what's going to be productive, doing things in those moments that we don't feel like doing to stay consistent. It's natural that it's very easy when all the things are going right and good for you that you're building your business. And then when one little thing falls off track, you get derailed. You got to break that cycle. And that cycle can only be broken on purpose, not by accident. You can't just wait until everything comes together for you, for everything to happen good for you to finally arrive someday to a moment in time where you can finally do all the things that you've dreamt of doing. That day, that moment is now. Waiting until some situation changes positively for you to finally start shifting your focus, growing personally, getting out there and building your business, building your website, starting to run Facebook ads, developing your funnel, getting some help from a mentor or a coach, waiting until all the things are perfect in your life. You're going to constantly be waiting, and years and years and years are going to pass you by. So the activity is, when things are not going how you want them to, you have to be intentional to raise your spirits, to change your focus, to shift your focus off of what's not going your way, quote unquote, towards what you can do in that moment, towards what is working out. You have to tell yourself, I'm not going to focus on what is not going right for me, quote unquote, how we want it to go. You have to tell yourself, I am no longer going to be focused on what sucks around me. I'm going to focus on what is happening good and have gratitude in that moment. And focus on the story that you're telling yourself. Are you telling yourself, well, I got to wait until everything's better and everything sucks, and so I can't build my business because nothing's going right for me, and such and such happened, so now I'm not in my money-making zone, and you're all of these stories and excuses that we believe about why we can't build our business, why we can't grow. These reasons that we tell ourselves that we're believing, that we're holding on to validate why we're stuck right where we are right now. You're the only one that can get yourself unstuck, and it happens by choice. It doesn't happen by waiting until the situation gets better. You're going to have to do things to build your business, to grow your business, to take your business from where it is now in the middle of sucky situations, in the middle of things not going how you want them to go, in the middle of things not being organized and in order the way that you want them to go. And this ultimately comes from giving up the need to control how everything goes in your life and surrendering that need for total control over everything so that you can take action in the things that you have control over. Things that are not going your way are outside of your control. So stop focusing on those things and focus on what can you do today. Stop waiting until your situation changes and gets better for you. I know that's been your MO. That's been the way that you've lived your life up to this moment in time is, everything's going good. Now I'm doing good. And then boom, one thing happens. Boom, I'm off track. You got to stop that. And the only way to stop that, there's not a moment where it's just going to stop. You have to be intentional to choose to stop it. You choose that, one thing fell off track. Things aren't going how I want. Guess what? No problems at all. No worries. I'm going to keep building my business. I'm going to keep staying faithful. I'm going to keep staying on track. It's about shifting your focus, shifting where you put your thoughts, intentionally turning off negative thoughts, saying, you know what, I'm not going to focus on that any longer because it's no longer serving me. It's no longer positively helping me reach my goals, to focus on those things. And honestly, it's never positively helped you to focus on what's going wrong in your life. It's only ever served to make you feel this false sense of security, this false sense of safety, that when we focus on how nothing is going right for us, that somehow that's going to make things better for us. That's a belief system that if you look back through the whole history of your life has never helped you. It never helps anybody to focus on what's going wrong for them in a situation. And so the only thing that does help is to shift your focus, shift where you're putting your energy, shifting on purpose. Like you actually have to grab yourself and move yourself into a different state of mind. You're not just going to accidentally arrive at a state of mind that's better. You have to pick yourself up by your choice to move into that place when things are not going how you want them to. That's your choosing to do that. You didn't choose your situation, but you're responsible for changing your focus. You didn't be to blame for your situation, but you are 100% responsible for getting back up again and moving forward and not waiting around for things to change for you. Not sitting around hoping that one day things will finally come together for you before you get back up again. That you get back up again in the middle of, while things are going bad for you, while things are at the lowest of the lowest of the lowest that they've ever been in your life, intentionally getting up in that moment to go after the goal that you have. It's a choice that you have. And yet many of us, that's outside of our comfort zone. And that's the stretching moment when you can teach yourself to stretch yourself, to take action, to stay tenacious, to stay consistent, to intentionally pull yourself up while you're in the middle of crappy situations, not after they are over, not after they improve, while you're in the middle of them. When you can do that, you open up a world of opportunity and possibility for yourself and your business to grow. If you're waiting for life to happen to you and you're just sitting around hoping that something happens one day, it's never going to come. It's never going to arrive. You're just going to be sitting on your couch, manifesting yourself into oblivion, and it's not going to produce anything. Or you can choose to get up in the middle of the crappy situation to choose to change your life and to move forward. That's your choice. What choice are you going to do this week, my friends? What choice are you going to do this month? What choice are you going to do when things aren't going how you want them to? Are you going to keep doing the same cycle that you've always done your whole life that has gotten you right where you are right now? Has it been working for you? Probably not. Or are you going to get back up again and move forward and choose, okay, things are not going how I want, but I'm going to still keep going forward. I'm going to still keep moving forward. I'm not going to let how I feel, I'm not going to let how the situation feels dictate what I'm going to do. I'm going to move the needle forward and I'm going to stay consistent towards my goals. That's your choice. What are you going to choose this week, my friends? There's not a moment when things are just going to come together and now everything's good and now you can finally build your business. You're going to have to choose to do those things while they're not going how you want them to. Every day it's a choice when you get up. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to be happy or are you going to choose to be sad? Are you going to choose to be focused on what's not working out? Or are you going to choose to focus on what can I do today? Are you going to sit around for months and even years waiting and hoping that something finally changes? Or are you going to get up and do something different than you've done for the last 10, 20, 30 years? That's your choice, my friends. And if you need some help knowing what path to take in a business that's going to get you results, what decisions to make, what choices to make to get more sales in a business on the internet, that's what I coach people on. I coach them on how to get breakthrough and grow their businesses to 6, 7, and 8 figures. But you can only do that by your choice. You can either choose to stay stuck right where you are, or you can choose to grow your business. What will you choose today? We'll talk soon, everybody.